Okay, so tonight we have three things. We have two public hearings and a regular meeting. So we'll start tonight's meeting with the first public hearing, and we'll call commission to order now. It's 7:32, November 14th in Roxbury, Connecticut. And I guess we'll call the meeting to order and we'll seat our members. Tonight, our regular members are Tim Tester, Elaine there, Alan, Jim Conway there, and myself, Bill Horgan, and our alternate members tonight are Cheryl Rosen, Candy Glory, Chris Haggerty. So we'll start right off with the first public hearing. The first public hearing is relative to the pizza station in Roxbury. And does someone want to read this notice? Someone like to read this notice? Well, we have it here. Oh, sorry. Thanks.
Sure, no, it's fine. Okay, this is the Voices, October 21st, legal notice.
Actually, we do have it here.
Yeah, okay. So I should read it into the record or? Yes. Roxbury Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing on Monday, November 14th, 2022 at 7:30 p.m. in the Roxbury Town Hall. The purpose of this hearing is to solicit public comment on an application by Seaford Pika to amend a special permit held by the Roxbury Pizza Station to install an outside pizza oven. The Roxbury Pizza Station is located at 162 Baker Road on property owned by Edwin Kennedy Jr. of Roxbury, Connecticut. At this hearing, interested persons may be present and heard, and written communications will be accepted. This application is on file in the Roxbury Land Use Office and the Office of the Town Clerk. It can be reviewed during normal business hours.
That's all you need to read. We don't have any other references because we're not changing a regulation. All right, so where's this? Legal notices were invoices in the town clerk, and the receipts of certified mailing, we have those. And so now we're going to open the meeting to public comments and questions. But before we do that, I want to encourage everyone to speak up.
No, we have to have.
Yes, I will. Before we bring Sam up here, I just want, this is our only chance to ask questions. Once we close the comments, we can't talk about it anymore. We can talk about it, but we can't ask questions. So I'm going to introduce Sam. Sam, you want to come up? Come on up, and you can stand in front of us if you'd like. And you can stay there too. You can tell us what your plans are for the pizza station.
Yeah, hi. The pizza, I just wanted to put in out the door pizza oven. So just to be not a permanent thing. It's gonna be only for the summertime. And there's not gonna be any foundation on them, anything on them. With the pizza oven, with some picnic tables around there. So that's very simple things. It's gonna be, and it's only summertime, May to the October, maybe September.
All right, Sam, so what we're going to do now is open up the meeting to people asking you questions.
Okay.
And making comments. So anyone who would like to ask Sam a question?
Where will this be located?
It's gonna be on a, if you're facing the building, it's gonna be on the left side of the building. Which is in agenda on, it's gonna be about 60 feet from the property, and it's like 40 feet from the building. It's gonna be like on a yard.
I'm sorry, so I should have announced myself, so everyone should announce themselves. I was Kim Pastor who was asking questions. So we have on that.
Oh.
You should have these maps in your packet, do you not? Oh.
There it is. I don't have that. And you don't have this one.
Sam, do you want to go up to the, show us?
I get that. Okay.
But you're facing the road is right here, and then from the road, all the pizza oven is gonna be right here, and this side is coming straight to the edge of the front of the building. It is about 104 feet roughly, and it's gonna be from the other side of the property is about 52 feet and 30 feet from the building. It's gonna be right here, and the pizza oven himself is about like, maybe is like 6 feet. And the radius, it could be probably, probably about 8 feet radius, it's gonna be in a couple tables on.
All right, so the oven is, I'm Bill, the oven is an extended center line of the front face of the building, out about 30 feet. And then
Yes.
another 52 feet to the property line, 100 feet from the, 104 feet from the setback, and then 122 is to the back, the closest property line to the rear. Is that correct?
Yes.
Alan Johnson, how do you fire the oven?
Wood fire.
Wood fire?
I can actually, we've got a picture of it.
Oh,
That's roughly the way it's gonna be.
Hello. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm Bonnie Bradley. My property line is adjacent to that property. I'm just not clear still from that explanation you made, how close it would be to my property.
About
50,
52 feet comes from your line.
Can you,
Would-
is my house indicated there?
Your house is somewhere here, about your house probably is about 100, over 100 feet.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because the way it comes up onto the oven, it comes straight here, and your house is somewhere here. So it's about 100 feet roughly to your house.
So say again the numbers, please, for the property line
It's 52 feet
from my property line.
from the line there, yeah.
Would that be toward the, toward,
Because your house is more further to the road, and we are about 104 feet from the road. So basically, your house comes in an angle here. I looked at that one on, but I don't have an exact number to your house.
Can you reduce the size of the map so we can see the road? Yeah, there. Right, but still. Now, there's the road. Hi, Candy Valeri. The road is down at the bottom there.
Yeah, this one is the road,
That's the road.
the main road.
Does that help?
yes,
And her house is here somewhere.
Okay.
how far back are you, your front of your house is how far from the road?
oh, I'm not sure of that.
Okay.
From the road,
Yeah. 50 feet?
anybody, 50 feet, maybe, I don't know. If anybody knows my house, do you know which one?
It's about roughly 30 feet probably her
My
house is from
house-
the road.
To show, to
Yeah.
indicate to you. the
Should
only
be
way I can
behind
do it,
your
because I
house.
didn't want to, you know,
It is behind her house.
My house is the small white house with
Yeah.
the white picket fence. West. of the property. On the road. I'm right on the road. There are two enormous sycamore trees right across from my house. They're on the edge of the river. Right? Any of you get that? You know what I'm talking about?
Drive by it often.
Say once more.
Okay, my house, if you go to.
Our house is right there.
I was gonna just
Yeah,
do that,
my
yeah.
house is right on the line.
Oh, your house.
I've got it right on the
Yeah,
screen.
it's right here.
Yeah, can we pull her house on the screen or not? Can't we?
No, I don't think you can
Does that
mirror
scale
that.
out, Chris?
Wait,
Yeah, our house is right there.
Okay, so how far do you think she is roughly from the line?
She pretty much lines up with the front of that building.
Okay,
Roughly is right
You're
here,
saying
right?
she lines up with
the front of the
the
building.
Doesn't
the
look-
actual building.
Yeah,
She's not as close to the road as,
You mean it's frontage?
it's like right here. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a little projected forward,
where
yeah.
do you think she is from the border?
she's very close to the border.
Yeah.
Within the setback?
Yeah,
See,
I'm
we have
very
a,
close,
se-
I'm
I
very
just-
close to.
Just want to remind everybody, we have to talk one at a time, having actually been, this is Kim Tester, actually having had to listen to former meetings. It's really entertaining, but very difficult to hear. So I just want to remind everybody. So what I was just, again, just showing her was an app called Regrid. And so I was able to show her where her house was in relationship to the building. So,
I can tell you one other thing, and that is my property from my house on the east side, which would be, like the line there is no more than from where I'm sitting to the wall. It's closer, it's halfway.
yes, you are
Very,
very.
very close to that property line on the, I say the east side, towards the bed. How's that?
If you're maybe from the line, I believe you're about probably between 5 and 10 feet, I think, from the line here.
Yes,
But the house, I think, from here, so it's all up here, it comes up on, it's not coming all the way here. So from here, probably till here, you have about roughly 80 feet or more.
I don't agree with you, but am not prepared. I admit to that because I didn't know that I would have to have those line numbers to tell you. Going from my house to that side toward the vet is about the size of this plot.
Right,
Not this.
This sort of looks like.
How far do I need to be from your house then?
very close. Just a squeak to get.
I'm minimum somewhere really need to be about 52 feet.
The noise, the smoke, the smell. Those are the-
Smell is a natural smell, is an organic smell, how to say, it's gonna be good.
the people
Everybody wants
coming around
organic.
with, I have a fence there right now, but it does not extend all the way to the lake. Fence is on my property.
Thanks.
I mean, I can't do any more. You all,
That one is gonna be something
expected to know what
temporary.
It's about because you all know where the pizza place is. I mean, his restaurant is. I'm on the other side of his restaurant and I'm very close, my property.
This is Chris Haggerty. Is there a reason it needs to be on that side of the building? Wouldn't it make more sense to be closer to the restaurant?
It's possibility, but I thought there's a little bit more space up here, so that's why, because it's all open in there, that side. So this side is all open and up on them. And not, so I have another option, so I could come back here. So directly to my restaurant and the road, I have a room from the road from the road actually to here, it's about 80 feet or 100 feet, I think it is away, so.
So I don't know how long the building is, but just looking at that, you're probably got 150, 180 feet between your restaurant and the
The road?
oven as proposed. I think just from a employee standpoint, it might make much more
It's gonna
sense.
be- Well, when it's gonna be here, it's gonna be just for the pizza, because that's how actually I'm usually doing most of them. I'm doing just the pizzas, whatever the prepare, it's gonna be everything there up.
But aren't you planning picnic tables out there too, or?
Yeah, some
Okay.
picnic tables around on them.
So I think from a service standpoint, it would make more sense if it were out in front of your unit, wouldn't it?
It makes sense.
Would someone, this is Elaine, would someone mind pointing to the alternative spot that Chris brought up? I can't see what they're referring to, or if somebody can explain it. Oh, I gotcha.
You can see the screen.
That's
Yeah.
where the current picnic tables are.
Yes.
Yeah, it would be out in front of unit 1
Okay.
is the alternate.
Is Mr. Deca aware of the seating limitation?
There's,
If you understand that.
A city limitation.
this is Kim Kester. Your current, for that property, there's a seating limitation, meaning there's a certain number of people allowed to be seated.
But the limited it is for inside, not for outside, actually, what I really, even a special permit, what I have in the first time. So the city limit is only for inside.
That's not true.
No, we had seating limitations for the number of tables allowed outside as well.
Seating limitation was Alan Johnson, I believe, had something to do with the septic situation.
With the septic situation, I already got a map for them actually, so that one has been already taken care of. I don't have the number exactly on them.
this is Kim Tester. So I agree with this. There's a concern about the location that's proposed and what it actually does with the other tenants going back and forth. I think it makes sense to have it near your business.
Bonnie Bradley again. Could I stand up and someone point to where the line is, because that doesn't look anything. Where's my house on that map? Where's my?
Your house is right here. It's not here in the picture. It's right here.
No, it's not.
There's
down
where
there.
your house is.
It's up, it's that side, that's your
Yes, it's on
property
the-
line. that
Yes,
vertical
that's
line.
my property line, right?
Right there.
This
Yeah,
one,
and you want to put it right by my property line.
52 feet from the property.
not on your property, so next to you,
Pardon? I didn't get that.
it's gonna be about 50 foot from your property
Okay,
line.
show me 50 feet in this room, please, somebody, tell me.
So-
50 feet is from here, probably. It could be from here all the way to the doors.
I don't think so. I don't think there's that room there. You've got right there is the liquor store and the other guy who's there, the land pitches up. If you leave my property line and you go toward the vet's office, then it pitches up from here. It's about from here to the wall. That's from where I am. That's how close I am. My property line, the beginning of
Okay, that's
my
about 20
sidewalk.
feet there, right?
I think.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's
I
about
mean,
20 feet.
I don't have an objection to this
20 feet,
happening,
it could be
but
about 70, 72 feet from your house.
One at a time.
I don't think there's any way it can be 72 feet from my house. I'm very sorry. It's from here to the wall.
This is Kim Tester. So I'm pointing to where I believe the corner of your house is,
All right.
right here. This is the
Probably about
corner.
right.
So that's
Probably about.
It's about
60 feet.
right here. So that's the corner of her house. Her house would be about here. Right here. This would be the corner that's closest, and then it would go down from there. So it's very close, right?
The
Bonnie,
corner
this is
would be
Bill.
about 60 feet.
I'm
Uh,
sorry.
I'm Bill. Technically speaking, your house is what's considered non-conforming. It's an old house
Mhm.
and it doesn't have to be moved, or anything else, but that it's a non-conforming house. The setback, the technical legal setback for any structure
Mhm.
on an adjoining property owner is 30 feet.
Okay.
So that pizza oven qualifies as a zoning legal structure.
Oh,
Uh,
My
that's
house, you mean, yeah.
Specifically, I'm saying that. If there are other circumstances, we have to think about those, but technically that is a legal structure. The oven being technically a structure. So, yes, you are very close. As it looks to me, I'm just taking a guess. Your house could be 5 feet or 10 feet. Is that right, Chris? From the
It could be,
property line,
yeah.
it's very close.
it is very close. That's all.
But you can't move the house and the adjoining property owners have rights. They have to conform
I
to
understand that.
height and many other things. So technically, that's a legal structure. But we're talking about all aspects of it right now because we want to have everyone's feelings.
Well, I would be pleased if there was a different spot where it could be put, the pizza. I mean, and there are going to be children, there are going to be people, and that's very nice, but they don't know that it's on my property, and I don't want to have to go out and.
Do you have a fence there?
Yeah, partly,
Is there a fence there?
not right to the road.
A solid fence though? Is there?
Yeah, there is
Okay. All right.
to a certain extent, and there, but it's open there. And I would say it's about my property line is about as far to the step where you go up to the liquor store, the step where you're at the other end of it.
Your circumstances are very specific and very easy to read. So
Okay.
they're inarguable as far as zoning regulations. But we're here listening to all aspects of it now.
Well, of course,
Any other comments and questions?
Yeah. Question, Candy Valeri. Once that pizza oven is there, it's there permanent. Even though you're only using it May to October, it's a permanent structure.
It's gonna be there all the time.
It's gonna be there all the time.
I'm not gonna move it because I'm not allowed to put it on the wheels.
Mhm.
So that's why it's just gonna be, it's gonna be no foundation on it, nothing on it, it's just gonna be laying down on a
It's gonna be on
cement
the
blocks.
ground? Oh, on
Cement
blocks.
Yeah,
Okay. So,
it has to be secured on, so there's not gonna be no foundation there, so, but
Right.
it's gonna be secured.
okay, so when somebody drives, they will see that pizza oven and they'll see the tables. I think your schematic or your diagram showed the tables around the,
Okay,
you were looking for 9 tables?
Is that this is Cheryl Rosen.
I just
This
draw, I
is,
didn't put-
these are existing.
those are existing ones,
Okay, the existing,
yeah, those are existing ones, what do you have there?
yeah, well, I have existing 3, and then over here,
Yeah,
There-
I just
there are
put them
no-
in that, some tables there up on,
Okay.
so.
right, so how many tables do you currently have?
How many tables do I have current? There are only like 3 outside right now.
3
There are only
outside.
3 outside where they are at the moment.
Okay, and they're by your pizza
Yes,
store, okay, or shop, restaurant, sorry. Right, well, because this was just 6 here and 3 over here. I have an old map, I'm sorry, I have an old, I have, no, I'll show you.
no, the one I just drew by hand, I'm on so far.
Yeah.
For example, the way it could be up, no, that's,
This is from the last meeting. This is what was presented at the last meeting. Okay, so that's why I'm referring to 9 additional picnic tables.
Is it over the other property line?
nice.
No,
Where's the pizza oven?
pizza oven's right here, and her line is over here.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, so do you have any idea how many picnic tables you would put there?
I just thought we could put those tables like in a 9 table, let's say 9 tables.
And if you move it back in front, sorry, if you move it back in front of your restaurant, you would have the 3. Do you plan on adding more tables there also?
What do you mean?
Well, you currently have 3 picnic tables in front of your restaurant.
Yes,
So if you put the pizza oven in front of your restaurant over on the right here, you would add more tables there also?
if I put the pizza oven, you're trying to say here at the moment, I should have probably a couple more up there, so.
This is Elaine Curley. I would like to propose that we check back on the special permit for maximum seating because something in my mind tells me it was 40.
Yeah.
So nine tables exceeds the seating. Okay, so I mean, that may not be the issue on the
I know it
table.
could be 9, so we just
That
probably,
may not be
just
the
go
issue.
whatever the number it is.
But yeah, excuse me, Mr. Deacon, I just want to finish my statement.
Okay.
The tables seating may not be the specific issue this evening on the application. However, it may make a difference in your decision if you realize that you have a maximum seating requirement.
This is Kim Tester. I agree. And also, according to your application, your statement of use, you're not talking about adding any, you haven't written anything about adding more seating. You've only talked about adding pizza oven. So that's really the only thing that you'd be allowed to do. You wouldn't be able to allow to add seating based on this.
Okay.
So, I mean, and
I wasn't sure on them, so I never thought actually down, so.
This is Bill. Sam, when we talk about this later, after the hearing is closed, all we can do is we have to base our discussion on specifically what you said exactly. And there can't be any latitude. Once our comments are closed, that's, and the public hearing comments are closed. We have to be specifically We have to be specific to what you've proposed.
Alan Johnson, you know, it's November now, you're not gonna, this is for next year, next
year.
May or sometime, in April, it's still too cold, but first off, I would suggest the tables don't count, it counts how many chairs you have. Because you still have 4 tables, but you could have this a giant table with 12 people around it.
I believe they're picnic tables.
Yeah.
Chris Haggerty, I believe they're picnic tables, so the seating's included.
Yeah, but that's,
Sometimes they sit in 2 people, he probably, has a point.
yeah,
I'm glad
but
they
you
come
can
2
seat
people, they
8,
sit 2
you
on
can
the
seat
next
8
one, they
at a
don't come
picnic
here.
table if you want to, so you put 5 tables, there's 40 people out there.
Good, yeah.
I
I
think
think if I can, I don't want to interrupt, but the seating situation is the Newtown Health District with the septic system and the amount of water that's available. And it was set back in the years back, pretty close to 36 to 40. And whether they sat inside, whether they sat outside, you couldn't go over 36 to 40.
That was
People were
correct.
standing in line back in the day waiting because they were number 41. And it was based on the amount of water usage and septic and wherever you put them. So the number of tables, it was the number of people that you went and counted. And the seating was not a zoning thing. It was the health district that set that, and we had to agree to it. And my only question on this is the location of, I think a pizza oven is a great thing. It's attractive. It could be a draw. I don't know if Sam has any plans on unit 4 as far as restaurant seating closer to the oven. If not, then I would love to see the oven in front of unit 1. And it would be an attractive draw from the highway.
as Alan Johnson, you'd be more visible from the street also.
Yeah.
You know, it's hidden up there back.
Well, this is Elaine Curley. I think that statement is subjective. What's attractive to one may not be attractive to another, so that shouldn't necessarily be a consideration on this, because that speaks to character. We're not allowed to speak to character. I think that I might wonder if this would require a site walk.
I think that, Chris Haggerty, I think that's an excellent idea. If we could have it staked and either all stop by or stop by at our convenience to see where.
As Kim Tester, so we can't go as a group because then it's a meeting
That's correct.
unless we pick a time and publish it, et cetera. So we could go to it, we could go 2 at a time or individually. So just so you're aware.
Honey Bradley, I would be very happy to show any of you that under your rules that must follow my property line, and you can take a look and see how the fence is only partial. It's a stockade. It's not something. There is a fence beyond on the unused property right now. Opposite what is it? Is one the part, I don't know what you would call it, toward my house, or is one that's
Unit 1 is where the pizza
is now.
restaurant is
So
now.
I'm like 6 or something. It goes the other way, right?
Yeah, 1 to 4.
Yeah, 1. Okay. So there's plenty of property over there, and I just hope that maybe you would choose a larger spot, because if you're gonna have people jumping in, kids and around the pizza thing, it's it's a different sort of a situation. So But you're welcome to come to my house and see what you'd like to see and how it's situated anytime. Just give me a call. Okay, thank you.
Are there any other questions for Sam or any of us?
Yeah, I'd like to ask Sam one more time. I don't know if I got any. Did you have any plans for unit 4?
Not at the moment. In unit 4, I was thinking just to use them for the bathroom, so because the pizza oven is gonna be there, that's why it's my whole thing on, so to use them for the bathroom. But anyway, if it's gonna be this an issue here, then we just gotta go an option 2 here on this side. On unit 1.
Are you,
And the proceeding, whatever it is, the picnic tables we put in, whatever, it's required, whatever the number it is, that's the way we gotta go. Make it a simple, not complicated.
So this is Kim Tester. So I haven't driven by in a little while and I stopped looking at things after a while, but the picnic tables are still out there in front,
Yes.
right? I don't have any other questions.
Alan?
if you were to move the pizza oven, what's the setback from the road?
The setback is, I think, about 80 feet from the road to the building.
So if you,
So I got about 50, 60 feet, I think I could go back from the road.
yeah, so there's room there.
It is room. I already put that thing up on them, so.
I have a feeling emotionally you're not, you could go either way with it.
I could go either way. I have no problem doing that. But my first option was this side, so if it's not possible here,
Yeah.
then we go an option 2.
Okay.
Jim, any more questions?
No, I think it's up to the commission. I think it's a great idea, whether it's subjective or not. I think it's an addition to the restaurant industry. And the location, I'd like to see it have the least amount of impact on the neighbors. And if there's an alternative, to have the least amount of impact on the neighbors, then I would go for that.
Elaine?
Well, I'm a little bit, concerned. Because once it's there, it's there. So, I'm listening to Mr. Diga say, well, it's 80 feet from the road to the building, and therefore the oven will be approximately 50 feet from the road. But you have a slope there. So, and I don't know if I missed something, but I don't have an elevation on the oven either. I think he gave dimensions, but I don't have an elevation.
How tall, this Kim Tester, how tall is the oven?
How tall it is?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like 6 feet altogether. Tall is gonna be 6 feet with a 8 feet radius.
So Elaine, it's as tall as me with my shoes on.
Oh, it's 6 feet, so he can't go beyond 6, right?
Structure.
6
Oh,
feet.
it's a structure. Okay, it's a structure. It's okay. Okay. All right, well.
This is Bill, 6 feet does conform to our regulations.
Yes,
And it has to be 50 feet from the road. That's our setback regulation.
Okay.
So with that 50-foot fact, you'd have a 30-foot envelope to build in.
Tables could be in the 50-foot setback, but not the structure.
Right, tables aren't permanent,
Yeah.
fixed to the ground.
There you go.
As they are now, because they are within the 50 foot.
Yeah.
Is there a distance requirement from the building to the oven, Mr. Dika?
That would be, this is Bill, that'd probably be up to the fire marshal, but there's already an oven inside the building. A gas oven, so that's inside the building.
Yeah, I think
Right.
30 feet back is,
Did they, this is Kim, did they
not gonna stop.
say anything to you about the distance from the building? Should be good about,
No,
so how did you pick the 30 feet?
I just went roughly upon them. I was looking the location for me, more convenience that way. So I didn't went exactly on that. But I had that one, so I needed to be like 50 feet from a property line, whatever, or the road or a property line.
Yeah, you might be fine, but I might suggest that you check with their insurance.
No problem. Insurance, how he just said, we already have a propane oven inside in the building. And they
Right.
said we put fire, which one is more secure than that one on it, so
Mhm.
no problem, I'll check it down, I'll let you know.
You also have fire suppression in the building and smoke detectors and
Smoke detectors there, yes, but not.
Other precautions.
They don't require,
really,
sprinkles they don't require, no.
not sprinklers, but is there,
You have a hood with the fire suppression under the
I
hood.
do have for the hood, what I'm having hood there inside.
Okay.
The oven, what I'm having, it doesn't need that one, it doesn't require, so.
okay. Are we allowed to even consider a alternate location under the application, or how do we procedurally handle that,
That
address
would
that?
be when we discuss it.
Okay.
This is Cheryl Rosen. I just have a quick question about the design. So is this what you're proposing or only a portion of it?
I'm proposing, that one is gonna be just a table on it, which is gonna be the preparation up on it. So
Right, okay. So so this is longer than 8 feet, correct? This entire structure. The pizza oven itself is 6 feet
that
high.
one
and
is
8 feet.
just like, how does just say like in a temporary things, the blocks, they're gonna be, they're not going to be as a foundation there or anything on it. This is something. I
Okay, I'm
need
just trying
make
to
the
get a sense of
preparation.
of
I
how
understand what you're
large.
saying. If you don't really want to be that kind of structure, I could have
No,
it just
I'm-
table like, I could have it just table like this and it won't bother me.
No, I was just
wanna really
wanted
at the same time To
clarification.
look at the thing, to be presentable.
Right, no, I understand that, and I think, presentation is very
And the
important. I
pizza
was
oven,
just,
I already have, it's been already made, secured for inside of the building.
okay, I was
I
just trying to
literally
get
have-
clarification of
No, that-
what it was going to ultimately look like, that's all. Whether it was just the oven portion or in addition, some preparation portion that was also stone. That's what that looks like to me.
This is Candy. It looks very nice.
And this is Bill, that would be limited to specifically 6 feet tall also.
Correct,
Right.
right.
You ask your last question, Candy?
No, I guess my only question is, can we have come back and provide further clarification? Does this
We had to leave the public hearing open, I think.
to do that?
Cheryl, you just-
I'm good.
Chris?
So,
I think I've asked everything.
Mhm.
I just got a question. We talked about if we move if the commission requests to move the location, it's all on the same property. It's not a different lot or anything. Does he have to reapply?
this is Kim. I was gonna just ask that question of Karen. Actually,
I'm not sure, actually. Don't
Okay.
know.
I really wasn't sure either,
Well, I just want to finish up.
Normally, you're voting on what he is presented.
Right, that's what I thought.
That's the point, right?
Right. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great addition, whether it's subjective or not. I totally agree. with, it can be an attractive addition, but it's got to be close to the unit that he's serving the pizza in. And to me, that's what it boils down to. I think out in front of unit 1 would be perfect.
Yeah, so that's the question, if, if the commission,
It would add it would mean another meeting, but it's not gonna delay your opening because this is in the spring.
Opening, guys,
You're
just
not
say
gonna
maybe
build
April,
another
May.
big
That's- you're
December.
right, yes.
So
Not
that's
a
what I
problem.
would suggest. And
Just make it right, that's all.
we can.
And then
talk
that
about
would satisfy, I think you would be satisfied to move over.
Right?
You,
Yes.
yes,
Yes, absolutely.
and
I'd be-
everybody's
support that
happy.
entirely.
It's a win-win solution.
That's fine.
And you have a nice little space
Yeah.
to really tuck it in, and it's right off the parking
Yeah.
lot. People don't have to sort of walk across. I think and the tables already exist. You can just add a few more.
This is Kim, that's where I'm leaning too, I think it would be a draw.
Mhm.
People would be, would draw to it,
Yeah.
because it would be all encompassing.
It's not hidden
I just love that.
inside the building.
Yeah.
It's some more pizza.
Again, this is Kim, I just have a question about, what kind of approval you need to have for the wood fire, how close it could be to the building. But is that, you have to get, and I don't know the answer to this, do you get other permits, another permit to put that up from someone else?
I could have only from a health department. But she's just gotta see in the health department, just to look how it's gonna be, which one they're all over the places. I'm not the first one.
My experience in food and the wood fire pizza oven is, this isn't a trash burning thing. with
No, it's not a bonfire or
Not a
something where it's
bonfire,
not
it's a nice
contained, right?
modest fire, there's not a lot of stuff going up the flue. It's a nice addition.
This is Elaine. I agree. I don't think it's a bad suggestion for the applicant to just know that he should be checking on all the other factors. It's not that it's our concern, but are we contingent if we approve this and find out that it's in violation? We're responsible for that approval, aren't we?
This is Kim, I think in the past we have approved on, with certain contingencies.
On it meeting all the fire requirements or whatever.
I mean, we approve it based on our regulations. And there's no way you can deny it on speculation that somebody else is going to not approve. If it meets all our regs, I think we approve it. And then he has to take the next step. And if he hits a roadblock, it's not our problem.
This is Bill, we do have to consider safety lurking in our regulations. So in our concern for safety, we would have to have some feedback from a fire marshal or our zoning enforcement officer. So, yeah.
That's a phone call.
Okay,
Any other questions? It's our last chance. All right, so we're going to close the comments and I'll take a motion. Close our public hearing.
I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second,
I second.
all in favor?
Aye.
What did I do?
Sorry, who was the second on that?
Public hearing
Alan.
closed.
Alan? Okay,
Yep.
thanks. And there was a vote, I'm sorry.
Yep,
Was all in favor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank Thank you. You're done with me, right?
Yeah.
I guess I'm all set.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Yes.
Well,
See you guys next time.
to see you next time.
All right.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you. Have a great night, guys.
You
Bye.
too.
I'll get your pizza tomorrow.
I'll get you a pizza tomorrow.
All right. Shaking your head at me? You are.
I know.
Next.
All right, so that public hearing is closed. So now we go on to our next public hearing and we call to order at 8:20 in Roxbury, November 14th. We call to order our zoning commission and seat members, which we've done already. Members will stay seated. Is that okay for me to say?
Okay.
No idea. Karen, does he have to say them again?
Yeah, we
Like-
should. Sorry, we should seat members again because it's a new
All right.
hearing.
Members, Kim Tester, Elaine Curley, Ellen Johnson, Jim Conway, and myself, Bill Horrigan. And now we'll read the legal notices for this opt-out public hearing. Want me to do it?
Whatever, I'm good, either way.
All right, notice public hearing. The public is hereby notified that the Roxbury Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing on Monday, November 14th, 2022 at 7:30 PM. at the Roxbury Town Hall, in person and virtual and via Zoom. The purpose of this hearing is to solicit public comment on the town of Roxbury opting out of requirements for Public Act 2129, Section 6, parentheses 1-7, parentheses B-F pertaining to accessory apartments. The decision to opt out of this public act and the reasons therefore is first made by Roxbury Zoning Commission after this scheduled hearing and must be confirmed by a 2/3 vote of the Board of Selectmen following duly published notice of the zoning commission's decision. At this hearing, public comment and written communication regarding the application, the applicable zoning issues will be accepted. Related documents are available in the Roxbury Town Land Use Office, Town Clerk's Office, the town's website. And our meeting tonight is for virtual access and Zoom. What else? So this legal notice was posted in Voices, Town Clerk's Office, and the public notice registry. There's no property involved. We didn't have to have certified mail. And what we're doing is opting out of one of the only remaining requirement of Public Act 2129 that's left for us to opt out of. And we went to a forum. Elaine and Kim and I were there, and Candy. And it was advised for us to have a little bit of control of our own fate, which was just, it boiled down to just accessory units. So it's not costing us anything, and it gives us the final control of accessory buildings. Just in case, we were informed that by the attorney Kiska, that if we wrote something a little bit wrong, it could become the law, and that would turn around to bite us. So this is giving us the ability to write our own agenda for accessory apartments, correct? Correct, Elaine, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so,
It's Candy. Didn't he also say that there are ambiguities in it? And if that's troublesome,
Yes.
because the state can determine exactly how they're going to rule on that and interpret it.
so I don't know what we can do now as far as a public hearing goes, because
We just have to ask for public comment. And there might not be any, and then
Yeah,
we close the
and
public hearing.
yeah. So I don't see any public comment waiting.
Well, it could be us, so you guys still have to ask for public.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know if there's any public comment. I'm gonna mention,
Bill, there was no written comment received.
there's no what?
No written comment.
There was no written comment received.
All right, so in that case,
Well, I have a comment.
Yeah.
It's Candy Valeri, and after attending that meeting, it became very clear that it's in our best interest to actually opt out of 2129, because you're right, we control our own destiny. This way, someone else doesn't come in and say, this is what you're going to do, regardless of how we interpret it, someone else will look at it differently. So if we have
That's right.
time, we should really opt
correct.
out.
And in the beginning, this is Kim, in the beginning, we thought we were all set because we were already allowing more than the state was requiring. But it's those ambiguities that came forward, and both our town attorney and Ziska said, we don't know what that means. And these are two very, very
Right.
accomplished land use attorneys, so.
Well, this is Bill, and we're kind of rushing this thing, but we're not, because we're under the gun. We have to vote to have a public hearing tonight, because it has
This
to
is
go
the
before
public-
This
the.
is the public.
This is the public hearing. Yeah, you vote.
We're good.
With a public hearing, we have to approve the public hearing. though.
We have to make a motion. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Opt out.
so. So we'll close comments. And we'll take a motion.
I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second,
I'll second.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Public hearing is closed. Now,
Now we-
that's the end of
For
our,
the pertaining to 2120.
Sorry, you're breaking up. Elaine.
I'm sorry, public hearing is closed pertaining to 2129.
Correct. Yes. Okay, so what's the next thing on the agenda?
next thing on the agenda is our regular meeting.
Yes.
All right.
Start the regular meeting.
We'll open our regular meeting now, Monday, November 14th, 2022 in Roxbury. And we'll open the meeting by sitting members, Kim Tester, Elaine Curley, Ellen Johnson, Jim Conway, and myself, Bill Hort.
Forgive me, did we remove item number 8 off the agenda?
Dan and Stephanie.
Which agenda, Elaine?
You mean the acceptance?
The regular
of-
meeting?
No, okay. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, go ahead. I see it.
Okay. So, receiving members, first item on the agenda is approval of minutes of our regular,
Oh, you did. Okay, sorry.
what's that?
Oh.
Approve the minutes of our regular meeting of October 11th, 2022.
This is Candy. There's a correction that has to be made. Yeah. Yeah, on page 2. 1, 2, 3, the fourth paragraph down, very last sentence. It reads, Chairman Horrigan noted that the 25% clause is not being discussion at this time. It should be discussed at this time.
That's one.
That's all.
I have some.
Okay.
I read it. Okay, so on page 3, and I only wrote it down because I don't have, this is the, okay, good. Page 3, second paragraph, it starts with Chairman Horrigan. The second line, if the expansion, it is not enclosed, so if the expansion is not
Oh,
encroaching,
so I
so
missed that.
get rid of it. So, we have that.
Mhm.
Karen, I just want to make sure you're getting that.
Yep, I got it, thanks.
Okay, and then the next paragraph down, Elaine Curley. Yep. Section 310. Okay, she stressed that all aspects of the section 310, I think just get rid of the all aspects of section 3.0.
Okay, got it.
And then the next paragraph, James Conway. Okay, so we won't rename Chris Haggerty to Christ. So.
Oh,
I have my good days,
I'm
but
sure you have very good days,
not quite that good.
so I don't know that they're.
He was
quite-
very good in that meeting.
Yeah, he was an excellent person that. And that's
Wow,
all.
that's a good one.
I thought that was a really good one.
I wish I discovered that one.
Yeah,
Subliminal.
I read
Yeah, I enjoyed myself on that.
All right, so you still looking over the minutes? Last meeting? Anyone? No? All right, so take a motion to approve last month's minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as amended. This is Kim.
Second,
I second.
Alan, all in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Okay, the minutes of the regular meeting last month are approved.
Because he was absent.
What's that, Elaine?
Alan was that.
Lee Allen was absent.
Oh,
I can't vote, so I can't second.
No, you can't. You have to ask it again.
Lane, I second the motion to accept the minutes of October 11th as amended.
Yes, abstain because he wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So confused. We have a second?
She, Elaine,
All right,
seconded.
second, all in favor?
Hold it. Elaine made the motion now, this last time.
No, she seconded.
So we need a second.
Kim made the motion, Elaine seconded.
Okay, Kim and Elaine, thank you.
Okay. So the minutes of last month's meeting are approved.
The regular
Did we
meeting.
get,
The regular
did we
meeting.
get a vote?
Now we go to the
Did
special.
we get a vote on that?
Not yet.
What?
Go ahead.
Did we get a vote on the motion?
Yes.
We did.
Okay,
All
sorry.
Not Alan.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks.
Aye. Now we're gonna read and approve the minutes of the special meeting, the 6-minute meeting on October 18th. Has everyone reviewed the minutes?
This is Kim. I'm abstaining. You
All
are.
right. Do I have a motion to abstain?
Abstain.
Oh, that's right. Only Jim,
Yeah.
the three of us.
Right, yeah.
So she's,
Jim, make a
And I'm
motion.
Motion to approve the minutes of October 11th,
No, 18.
I second that motion.
18th.
I'm not, can I say, I'm not seated though.
so wait a minute.
Wait.
This is the question is Kim. So do you need, can you have two, if there's three of you at the
We
meeting,
had
right?
three, yep.
And 2 out of the 3 can approve the minutes?
Well,
Yes,
Candy
that's
was there too.
Yeah,
Candy
but
was,
she's not seated.
I'm not seated.
it says you were. It says you were seated.
No, she's
Oh, no.
not
She's
seated
not
tonight.
seated tonight.
Tonight, she's not.
Oh, you're not seated tonight, sorry.
Yeah.
So we'll
Well-
take step by
This is Elaine. I will second the motion to approve the meeting, October 18th special meeting.
Was she there?
Were you there?
Yes,
Yes,
yeah, she was there.
Oh, okay, all right. Oh,
Bill,
good.
Elaine, and Jim were
yeah,
there.
so
And
they
and
can,
three is a quorum, so we're okay. So we can. as long as
And
we
I
vote.
think if Candy was seated on the 18th, she can vote those.
but she's not seated tonight.
Not
That's
seated
all right.
tonight.
She was seated on the
okay.
18th. We're
Just
approving the
regardless.
18th.
Well, they'd have to
Oh,
seat
good.
her now
They have to
in
seat
order
her.
for her to vote.
Yeah, we have Elaine.
Okay.
Elaine
we have
seconded.
Elaine, Jim, and Bill.
Yeah.
Silly technicality, but if she's not seated, she can't vote.
Oh, it was such heavy lifting.
So Jim made the motion, correct, Jim?
Elaine
Yes.
seconded.
And
Yes.
Elaine seconded.
So we're good.
Of the three of us, all in favor?
All in favor? Aye.
Opposed?
Phew, thank you.
Special meeting minutes are approved.
That was hard.
There must not be any games on tonight.
All right.
All right, next on the agenda. Public comment, we have no public comment. Zoning enforcement officer is not here tonight. We'll move the special event permit down farther on the agenda. And we'll get to the discussion, if we so choose, of the Roxbury Pizza Station special permit agenda to allow outside oven. So we can talk about that now. And we should. It seems that, this is Bill. Sam seems to conform to all our regulations. But we don't know about, are we liable if we approve something that is a risk of fire or things like that? We don't know that answer. Don't know that. What was the other thing we didn't have the answer for?
The health department, the number of seats.
Yes, well, we didn't have a number of seats.
But this is Kim, in his application, he doesn't ask for more seats, so he cannot apply for more seating. In this, he'd have to submit, you know.
He'd have to withdraw and resubmit.
Correct.
Okay.
Or submitted a special permit for the seating, no?
Well, this is a change of use or so he has to, it's not in his
No.
application.
So that's
Not even on
that's
the
a valid
table.
Seating could be seasonal seating, you know.
But that's it's a health
It's a health
district issue,
district.
so, but it's still in terms of tables and whatnot.
You know, another thing I noticed, he did mention the bathroom in unit 4. They might use that. That's a change of use, is it not?
But I think that will probably go away once he moves the location of the pizza oven.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
But it seemed like that's where we were coming
Yeah.
out, that he was,
We,
you
I think
know,
we-
for,
you know,
in
we-
terms of neighborliness and in terms of
Yeah.
additional logistics, it seemed like he was pretty open to.
he was, and he was pretty precise. I mean, he conformed to our regulation.
What is
Right.
the special exception that he's applying under
Um,
or special permit?
for the oven. It's an additional.
Any
use.
change of use, any
Change of-
change of use to his existing permit has to be reapplied for a change. So we notify the neighbors. And we have to vote on what was presented to us. Approve or deny what was before us. And if you approve it, obviously, he's putting it there. If we deny it, he can come back and relocate it per our all suggestions. We have to approve or deny what was on the table.
Are we allowed to table it?
No, we closed the public hearing.
Yeah, well, I think we have 65 days to make a decision.
Yeah, you can do that, but that's not doing Sam any good.
No, I agree.
I think time is, Alan Johnson, time is on us, on his side and our side, because he's not gonna do anything in
Right.
March, or April. So,
I totally, as far as my position on the commission, what he presented tonight, I would deny due to location of his current restaurant. It's as far away as you can get. And basically, we don't have any more reason to deny impact on the neighbors. And it can be relocated. He's got plenty of room. There's no issues with space.
So that denial would be impact on the neighbors, not part of our regulation, but that would be a site
Oh, that's part of our.
a site characteristic, right? Impact on the neighbors.
That's
That
good enough for me, impact on the neighbors, because that's what zoning's all about.
yeah,
And that does impact on the neighbors, doesn't it?
at the same time, can we encourage him to reapply with a?
Oh, definitely, definitely
Yeah.
reapply, and what you do is you don't charge them for the second one.
Yeah,
That's our prerogative. We don't have to charge him for the second one. It's just the time thing, and he's got plenty of time. I don't want to take any money out of his pocket to do the right thing.
and also suggest his clarifying the number of seat, the amount of seating. he might want to, since he's coming back with a new application,
Yeah, and there again, that's up to the health district.
Right.
We accept what Newtown Health District says, whether it's 35, 36, 38, 40, that's what we accept. We don't set seating. The zoning commission doesn't set the seating. Indoors, outdoors, it's a number of people that you know,
So
we
this
can't,
bill, so impact on neighbors is where we're focusing our potential opposition to this.
correct,
Just the mere fact that his pizza oven is 300 feet away, that's his problem, not ours. You know, if he has to walk the pizza oven, but that pizza oven is affecting, even though the neighbor is non-conforming right at the border,
right.
the neighbor is there and the neighbor is being impacted by smoke.
it
Could
be.
not only by
Could be.
smoke,
Maybe.
you have 20 people out there all drinking beer and eating pizzas, they're gonna make noise.
And that's why we have public hearings. And to listen, and there is an alternative to the location,
Possibly a better alternative. than the original.
definitely, yep.
So
So,
I mean, for him, this is Kim, so for him, you know, when we asked him, he said it really didn't seem to matter to him which location, so I think,
Right,
I'm in favor of it being moved to in front of, number one.
so basically,
Yeah.
deny it and encourage him to come back at no cost and take another month or so and get it right.
this is Bill, it doesn't seem like a hardship at all. And when we deny it, do we specify why we denied it?
Mhm.
Just
Well,
deny it?
Well, it could also not
This is,
just the neighbor, but the other tenants in the.
Yeah.
In the building, the number of times people have to transit across in front of the stereo place or the
Liquor store.
liquor store.
I don't know that we can, decide a regulation or an application based on that, because it is a business district. And they're,
well, we
I think
only
it's
need-
impact on the neighbors.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think we need to
Impact.
search for more.
yeah,
That's a,
so
I think
This
that's.
is-
I think that-
Isolated term.
I
This-
agree that.
what
Bill,
it
that's a
is,
just-
impact on neighbors,
That's a justifiable.
Now, this is Candy, just a question. Can he be asked to provide more specific information as far as setbacks and distances? Because he was guessing.
yes.
So can we ask him just to clarify or?
Well, tonight you're gonna deny or approve or table.
Yeah.
And I think
denying is
Personally.
correct.
deny and then work with Sam and get it right. And
Sure.
Okay,
Table doesn't serve any purpose.
no,
It'll just delay it.
right.
this is Elaine. I just want to make the statement that the only reason I brought up the seating is to make him aware. I wasn't sure of his intent in putting a pizza oven in, if it was an expansion that he was thinking about. It doesn't sound like he was informed about the maximum seating at all. And it might, one of our recommendations to him might also be to go to his landlord to verify requirements. And this is not our responsibility, but as a service to him, to recommend that he go to his landlord and his landlord's insurance just to verify safety, distance, et cetera, and make those inquiries as well. But that doesn't affect our decision, but it's a good recommendation to make.
Well, we're not, this is Bill, we're not his babysitter, but it
Yeah,
is natural for us to see the flaws of what he's exposing himself to. And this denial is almost good advice to him.
exactly.
yeah, to help him. Because you have something here from Edwin and Katie. It's not the landlord?
Yeah, it's your
Yeah.
husband.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So you already have
Small
that
towns.
information here. from the landlord.
So do we make a motion on the application?
Chair,
Yes.
This is Cheryl. I just want to ask you, who helped
Motion.
shepherd him through this, though, in terms of what to do and when he comes back? How does that work? Is that John who?
Could be John, it could be,
Be one of
one of
us.
us.
Okay,
This has been
'Cause I
going
think
on
that
for
is
3 or
important.
4 years. We've been helping him. We want it to succeed.
exactly. And we all think this ultimately could be a good addition
Yeah.
and bring additional business. So I just wanted to make sure that, I just wasn't sure how that worked. Who shepherded him along?
So you want to just write a little denial right now? Something delicate?
We just have to, make a motion on the application to accept the denial. So,
Well, I think we all agree that we should deny it.
do we have to still go through the motion?
Yeah. So you want to make a motion to accept?
Normally,
the-
Bill, we should do a motion in the affirmative and then,
Good.
right. And the reason should be a corporate reason that someone states for the entire commission.
one thought.
It's already agreed on the impact on the neighbors.
Okay, wait, Alan?
He isn't the property owner. Shouldn't the property owner be filing for, this is a permanent structure, isn't it?
Good question. Very good.
Oh, so we need to have,
I mean, this isn't a portable barbecue grill.
so we need to have something from the property owner as well that says that this is allowed.
Well,
So we're gonna make up, so Karen, just help us through this a minute. So we're gonna make a motion. How do we do this in the affirmative? And then we all say no. We make a motion to approve the application for the pizza oven? Is that what we do?
Yes,
let me think about that for a second.
That's- No, that makes no sense.
Yeah, that, in this case, it kind of doesn't, only because the reason.
Well, it would require a negative vote to
Right,
not confirm it.
And that
Right.
makes it totally, I'll make a motion to deny the application,
Yeah, I
Based
think that's
on,
better. I think we need to do that.
make a motion, deny the application for special permit based on the impact on the neighbors.
Good motion. Second?
Special permit for a pizza oven located close to an existing house. And just deny it as it was presented to us, not who presented it, but the person, whoever did, we're denying it for many reasons. But the main reason is impact on the neighbors.
And
Okay.
I would say that we also add in no notification from the property owner that it's allowed. Can we do that?
no, there is a statement from
There
Ed
is a
Kane that he.
Oh, there is?
There is, yes, there is. That's what I referred to.
Yeah, it's there. It's in
He
the
has his
packet.
permit, yeah, he has his permission. The letter is,
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Yeah,
I'm
just
good
here.
with what Jim said.
it was written to John Cody
yeah,
from Ed Katie,
Okay. I'm good
September
with what-
2nd.
What Jim said.
same as opposed to Sam has. written.
I'll second.
All right.
Thank you.
To deny the motion.
Yep.
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right,
Unanimous.
application is denied.
Okay.
Thanks.
We move along.
The applicant submitted is tonight.
Right.
Do we have this?
I think he's online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Agenda item number 8,
To receive.
just to receive a special permit application for 61 Moose Horn Road. And Karen has that, does she not?
Yes, it's in the packet.
Yes, in the packet.
The application is in the packet.
Hello, Dan.
Hey there. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Much better.
Making our way.
In about a half hour.
This is a big one.
Yep.
Here.
You can share with me.
Bill,
Where is it?
Bill,
Here.
here.
Here. If you want to look on this page. You need to. I didn't see it.
So
I didn't see it.
we're receiving this application and we have it. We can't talk about it.
No.
All we can do is receive it.
And Karen, we don't need a motion
Schedule,
I think, to do this.
schedule
No,
public hearing?
You would need a motion to schedule the public hearing.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, we should have learned that last month.
I know, right? So this is,
All
Kim,
right.
I make a motion to
Schedule.
schedule a public hearing for our next meeting, which I think is December 12th,
That's correct.
okay, for Monday, December 12th.
All right, we have a motion to schedule a public hearing for this application for Monday, December 12th. Do I have a second?
Second,
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
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 That'll be a good one. That's
Yes, the
Christmas party.
application's accepted.
All right.
Thanks for coming in, Dan.
Thanks for having me. I'll see you guys next month.
Okay.
Have a good night. Have a
Dan,
speedy finish.
I'll get with you in the next week or so because you have to notify all of the
Sure.
neighbors. So as soon as we get the legal notice prepared, I'll work with you on that, okay?
Amazing. Thank you, Karen.
Okay.
Have a good night.
All right, next item on the agenda. Oh, gee. We've got the ongoing,
Opting out.
did we talk about that already?
Yeah.
We did, but now
Well,
you
we
have
did
to
under
vote.
the context of public hearing. though.
Oh, yeah,
Now
so
you-
we
yeah.
do. We have to put it to a, move to accept it and put it to a public hearing.
No, we do public hearings now, we just have to vote that we are opting out.
But we have to have, what has to happen within the next 2 weeks? Oh, the selectmen have to
Yeah,
vote.
we,
on it.
then I see, then I.
By
vote on it
January,
again.
right? Yeah.
All right, so,
I get
We'll
to
get
vote on
there.
it
You have to put
twice.
all your hats
All right.
on, Kim.
so,
Keep us all on track.
Oh, hello?
Hi, can you hear?
Hi. Yeah, I'm sorry, you can't hear me. I'm going to have to adjourn my presence.
Okay,
She's driving.
Is that, oh, yeah, I have a dire need.
okay,
Oh,
all right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Elaine. Thank you.
So you have to see.
That was
you have to
graciously
seat
put.
Someone. So whoever's next, you anybody know who's next?
It's either Candy or me. It doesn't really matter.
all right.
Because I think you
so
were seated
Elaine
last
has
time.
left the meeting.
Yeah, I was
so,
there on the 18th.
So you can just see, yeah. Oh,
Cheryl?
again, you can
Cheryl?
see me.
All
Yes,
right.
you can see me.
So, Elaine, our regular member, has left the meeting and we have to seat a alternate, Cheryl Rosen.
This is just for-
Right?
Yes.
Okay, Karen, you're good with, you got that?
Oh,
Yep, got it.
Great.
I knew that pizza.
This
Okay, so
discussion.
now it's just, any discussion on the opting out? Okay, so now we just have to make a motion to
Get it to the select.
opt
Present
out.
the opt-out.
Yes, to propose the opt-out for the, and we will then go to board.
So who wants to do that?
So moved.
Okay,
Yep.
I'll second.
All right. Now, once we approve it, it
So
goes to
now-
selectmen.
Then we have to vote.
All right, all in favor of opting out?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. We've opted out. It's going to selectmen.
Great.
Within 2 weeks. All right.
Can
The
I,
last
can
thing,
I,
really.
can I ask one question before we move on? Do we need a reason to do that?
No.
We do.
We don't?
I think the reason, we need a reason, it would be to maintain our control over the accessory dwelling unit
I
regulation.
think if you give a reason, you're opening up in a big door. They told us we could opt out or,
Yeah.
and we just opt out.
Opted out.
Simply
We just
put.
knocked it out.
Right, in
Simply
compliance
put.
with the regulation.
Yeah.
Less
Yep.
detailed,
Better.
That's
Yeah, I think we're good. I agree.
Don't,
Okay,
don't give them a
good.
reason.
I don't want us to get caught down the road that we hadn't done.
No.
something. So, Okay,
We did what they asked us to do.
and we have a motion and it's seconded and it's voted, so we're good.
right, right.
All right. Last item, there's no chairman's report, no communication, so we're
Special
gonna
event permit.
deal with section 10. Ongoing review of zoning regulations, Public Act 201009, section 1 purpose. We've been playing around with this thing for about 6 or 8 months. And this is a mandate. We don't have any choice about this section 1 purpose. We have, do any of us still have a list of it?
I reread it today, and I didn't, there were, the only thing I have are just some changes, like too many semicolons or whatever, and I can run through that. But other than that, in terms of content, there's no content change that I saw necessary to make. I thought everything was, this was proposed by our town attorney, and we reviewed each item one at a time, and it fit with our current housing plan that was just approved. So I think that we are safe to approve section 1 as presented.
We've
With,
been,
if I may though, Karen, I'm not quite sure whether I should state the changes to be made. They're all little. What do you think I should do with that?
all these changes?
Are they grammatical or are there content changes?
No content changes at all.
It's all punctuation,
It's all
right?
punctuation.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
I think we're safe to approve the language and then we can work that out before the final regulation gets
Yeah.
published.
Okay,
Are you trying to do a public hearing on this next month too? Along with the
Yes.
other one?
yeah, is that possible?
It's gonna be an awful long meeting. No, it's not possible. For changing the regs, it's a 2-month deal.
Oh, okay, all right, so it'll be
So it would
January.
be January anyway.
Okay. So we would then make a motion to accept section 1 purpose.
And schedule a public hearing.
And schedule a
And
public
send it
hearing.
to public hearing.
Okay, can that all be in one motion?
Yep.
Anybody have any,
What are we accepting in writing? What Gail has written us and read?
Karen sent it. Karen sent it.
This was the original from
It's
Gail.
not colored either. Yeah, the red didn't come
Karen,
out.
is that what
on
we're-
The
mine.
red didn't come out
Yeah.
on mine either.
I
don't
can see
have
the
I just
changes.
have-
You know, there's no rush on this.
Right.
Maybe we should review it more thoroughly in January and then go to February. I mean,
I mean, we have reviewed it a lot already. I just
but
don't know.
I just heard questions. That's all. I just heard questions.
Yeah, it might be a good idea to just double check that this is the final language and then we know what we're approving.
Yeah, this is Bill. It won't hurt anything to do that. That's for sure.
Okay.
We started meeting with Gail of this and it was a snowy day. So
Right.
we've been dealing with this since last week.
So maybe give Kim and I a chance to just come up with what the final
Yeah.
language is. And then
Okay,
we'll
that sounds good.
put it out to the commission in December for a final review and a vote, maybe.
Perfect.
Okay.
So Karen's gonna verbal or write it all up.
It's, yes.
We got to get a look at it. Final look.
Yep,
Doesn't hurt anything.
sounds
Nope.
good.
Okay, so that's it. That's what we're gonna do.
Doing special permit.
Yeah, special event permit.
So let me just, so the next thing will be the special event info.
Oh,
So we just talk about that quick.
go
So,
ahead, Kim.
John, I had asked to have this on the agenda if John Cody had made the suggestion and spoken to Patrick about it. And then Patrick and I talked, I thought it should go to zoning. So and we think it's a good idea, but to have a special event forum. This includes anyone having the church, it would be the distillery, whoever's having an event where there are various things that would be needed, could even be police or he gave me various towns that had forms that were used, and I picked one form, and that was, I believe, Greenwich, because we liked the fact that there were check boxes. Keep it simple. It was 2-pager. Some of these things were like all narrative, where you have to write it all out. I thought that was really cumbersome. But it keeps track of what's taking place in town and gives the CEO, just a heads up of what's coming down the pike, and a lot of questions. Could be from land trust. It just gives the town an idea of what's taking place. So, also, what didn't get my little marks didn't get reproduced on the example from Newtown, and it was just the 8-11-120 special event zones. And this doesn't necessarily mean that this is exactly what we would have to add into our regulations, but I just thought that something for us to take a look at a future meeting. So I think this is not to be decided tonight, at all, but just sort of open the conversation, and we can continue this, and it'll be on the agenda again.
Well, that was just an introduction.
That was the introduction.
Any questions on our brief introduction?
I think it's a great idea, but I do think it's a Board of Selectmen issue.
Do you?
Yeah, I've been there.
We thought it should come here only because, we do issue special permits for.
But you're talking about town-owned property, the pavilion, the churches.
Yeah.
And it's not, zoning is land use. I think it's a great idea, but I think the Board of Selectmen could just throw it into the works and make it happen.
Okay, well, I can bring that back up at our next meeting. We'll go back and forth. But what would be the,
Our zoning book's getting awful thick.
I
think John was concerned that it would help to bring things into compliance that, like a dinner at the church has certain implications on zoning use or the sale of tickets.
yes, as opposed to donations.
Is it a commercial affair? Is it a donation? Is it? So I think that
Right.
John's concern.
I understand. I listened to it. Been in this town my entire life, and it's been going on forever. And call it a donation, call it a ticket sale. But I think the application for a permit to use the pavilion, the church, or what's going on is a great idea. So everybody knows. It can be zoning, but it also can be Board of Selectmen. The Board of Selectmen wrote the park regulations for Hurlbut Park. Russ and Barbara and I sat there and wrote all kinds of stuff. And this just is icing on the cake to, you guys could finish it off. But it's up to you guys. It's how it arrives is not a big deal. It's a good idea.
Yeah, I think the reason why I thought it should come here was because it's not just town property. It is, I say the distillery because, there are several events there and it's personal property.
We've already done the distillery. We told him what he can and can't do.
Right, but he would still be required to fill out a form so we knew in advance when it was going to happen. That's what he's suggesting.
Yeah.
So, but that's why it would come to zoning as opposed to the Board of Selectmen. But
I just didn't want to think the church had to come to zoning for their beef barbecue.
No, they wouldn't. They just have to fill out the form with John. They don't have to, no one has to. come
I
in.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, but do they need a form for the pancake, the Cub Scouts pancake breakfast?
probably.
You know?
Just because the things, yeah. But that's something for us to talk about.
Okay,
Why it's good that you're coming up with something that's an efficient, easy form to fill out,
Yeah,
so that it's not really burdensome when.
right.
good
Exactly.
form. You guys do it.
Yep, it's fine. We can just keep it even more simplified than what
Yeah.
is presented here. This is just another town.
Yeah.
So. Simple. Anyway, we don't have to go into it anymore tonight if we don't want to. It's just something we can.
You'll probably run it by Patrick again.
Yeah, I'll bring it back up. We'll go back and forth. So. He knows how to do that well. You've done that. You did that for years.
That's it. I think it's a Board of Selectmen thing.
I'll bring it back and we'll talk about it. So Karen, because we can leave this on the agenda and it'll just be continued.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, no chairman's comments. I don't want to get run out of town.
You will get run over.
No communications. Karen did send us one publication.
Right.
with
The newsletter.
Yeah.
the Newsletter. And so now all that's left is a drum roll. Do I have a motion?
During this meeting.
All right,
Alan,
second.
adjourn. Yeah.
I second it.
All right, all in favor of closing tonight's zoning meeting?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Good job, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a good night.
Thank you all. Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.